Yeah. So, when did you start like making music? What got you into it, and kind of what made you want to, take it from a hobby to something you for a living?
I think I had different levels of writing music. Like when I was a kid, I used to like hear the radio and stuff. I would always mumble over the words. Like they would come with a different melody, and I would come with one. And I had my sister, my loud sister. Where's my sister at? Ivory, you somewhere? So we had like a little rap duo. You know, she was like a year or so older than me. Little battles and stuff like that. Then I just kept going with it. But I think really for real, prison, like once I went to jail, that was like, you don't got too much outlets, you don't got too much voices, and if you will literally go crazy, like just the fear, like jail's so unpredictable, the lockdowns, even when I went at 16, so when I first went in, there was like literally the school was missing in the prison, so there was like one unit, they don't have it no more, just one unit juvenile until I got transferred to all adult, and the rest was like adult prison, so one school was missing, so they locked the jail down for like 3 months, so it's like, so as soon as I come in, it's like locked down 3 months, like you're in the room. You know, and obviously I had a big charge, so it's a lot to think of. So it's like, literally go crazy, and they did like statistics on this from people, confined to solitary confinement, and so I had to write, I had to read, write, something like that, Yeah.
In your documentary, I want to kind of get your thoughts about how you're feeling during the time when you were in jail for the 7 years when you first were arrested, but then you got released for some time, but your case was still pending.
I never got released.
No.
I never got released. I sat 7.5 years, no bail. I was 16 years old, so I did 7.5 years. I didn't go to court for like 3 years. Sometimes I would go to court for 18 months. And that was due to a lot of the various things. I ended up having a motion Onyx White versus Commonwealth, and it went to the Supreme Court. But now a lot of people got free off of my motion. A lot of people went home. But it took like 3-4 years just on my motion. So I'm just sitting in county jail. Prison is more options. They got yard, they got weights, they got different things. So the county jail is just the unit. It's like, it could be like this, just rooms. So I sat 7.5 years just waiting. I went to trial. When I went to trial, there was things that happened. It was 11, the judge took certain evidence out, put certain in. It was 11 votes guilty, so I almost got life. And then there was 1 not guilty. And then I could have went back to trial. The star witnesses got caught in the shooting, but at the end of the day, like people do bleed out because you're tired of waiting. You're like, I've sat 7.5, I was going a decade. I'm not gonna argue. Who's gonna argue for 10 years when you're just locked in? So So I mean, it happened. I just wanted to get it over with. So there was no release. There was no relief or release. Nah.
Thank you. I just wanted to ask, and you kind of went over it right now, but what were you thinking? What were you feeling? I'm so sorry that happened to you. And I just want to know, with you being so young, how was that experience for you?
Which part of just waiting? We conditioned to it, like, you understand, like the culture, we conditioned to that, like, and then as a black man, but not just a black man, as a man, like, you're not in there crying and, so like, you're conditioned in a way of like, you don't feel those feelings. And I think like when I first went in, I was naive, so I was like 16, so I'm naive, and I really didn't understand what I was up against until like the years started going by, and then I started realizing like, oh, this is bigger than I anticipated, And then it started dawning on me. So I mean, to me, I just never felt that God gave up on me. I didn't have like moments of like, I felt weaker, but I never like could see it. Like I was like, damn, that's cool as hell. Like God's gonna do that, Not to say I'm perfect or nothing, but I didn't feel like that. So I felt all type of ways, but I keep rolling. Like, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you really can do when you're just locked in there. So I felt every feeling, I felt every emotion. know, just speak, you know.
Well, I want to, here, ask first. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question, just a regular audience member right now. So we know that you're an artist, but you're also an activist, and you also are in the legal side of it. You have ideas and laws on that. There's a law, or there's something in legal work that you have some ideas on, or that you wanted to make some type of law I think you wanted to make.
There's a lot. Because I do a lot. Sometimes it can be overwhelming. I got my artist stuff, and I do the script writing.
Yeah.
But I can't like forget the stuff that I've been through. For me, I have to start with how I came in. I came in as a juvenile, and I feel like the juvenile law is just like it's horrible. How it is, like there's no education. Like I had to get the GED books. They wouldn't give me. I had to like buy them myself, get them, read them. Because if you're sitting 7.5 years, you know, usually at that point you're in high school at 16. So if you're not reading, you're not getting educated, and this is what happens to a lot of people. Since they're not being given it, right? They're getting dumber, and then you're just gonna be influenced by what's around you, and then eventually released. So I think like any laws that I want to attack more so is like juvenile laws, as far as the education, what's happening for people that's locked up as a juvenile, as far as you know, they have something called dead time. So like as an adult, if you're locked up, like all the time that I waited for the 7.5 years, it went towards my overall sentence. But say you was a juvenile and you was fighting a gun case, and say you fought the gun case for 18 months because they were stretching it, or 2.5 years they were stretching it, and now you finally get convicted. Those 18 months that you sat for don't count. It's called dead time. For an adult it counts, but for a juvenile it doesn't. So you just wasted that. You can easily waste someone's whole minor and their whole youth by dead time. But you give it to adults, but you don't give it to juveniles. So stuff like that, like the education, dead time for the juveniles, I think that's something that I got passion for more so. You know?
Thank you so much for being here tonight. I'm sorry, I just got in the beginning, but can you talk a little bit about your creative process? You come up with like a phrase first or a theme, and how do you write your lyrics?
I think it changed during time. Like, you know, the way I wrote in prison is different from the way I write out here. In prison it's like I would just lie. So in prison, I would do it. I had like this little beat that I would do because you wasn't. When I was there, like when I was in county, there was no like beat machines. There was nothing. So I would like this, like. I had to do it like this. So I wrote a lot of songs like that. Even the "Don't Judge Me" in the "Don't judge me, don't 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 judge me." So we just up the tempo or go lower. I write my life, and then sometimes I just write bullshit. I want to write bullshit like I don't want to think. So you know, but I write my life, and yeah, the creative process, I just let it come out. Just gotta let it come out, you know. As long as it sounds good, you know, and you feel good, that's the creative process. Yeah. Good brother.
Brother.
Yes, brother.
So, without incarceration, you know the negative part. Right?
Yes, sir.
I know with me,
Yeah.
what prison taught me, even though the negative part of it was how to advocate. So, with that bad experience for you, what was a good part that came out of that part?
Out of prison?
Yeah.
You know, like, it definitely did good parts. There's some good parts, don't get it messed up. There's good parts, but I would say, before I say anything, is like in the Bible it says something about like, you know, the more you know, the more sorrow you have, the more wisdom. So I think my experience, I've seen a lot of stuff like firsthand. Even if it didn't happen to me, I've seen people lose their lives. I've seen people kill themselves. So, you know, I think the good thing is the value of time. I think a lot of people out here don't value time. They don't really value their time. Yeah, like time is going by. When you really understand that, and you really like take every moment like precious, like, then I think a lot of people would move different, because in prison there's so many people in there that's just like they dying to get out. Like there's so many good talented artists. I know met some of the best painters You know, it's a melting pot of everybody. It's like a city that no one knows about. You know, so there's people that call birds. You know, they got the birdman and he got the pigeons. He got the pigeons trained. He comes out like this stuff that you don't. You know, so just the experience of meeting different characters, because it's like in prison, you have like a side, like, okay, you have the correctional officers, and then you have the prisoners. So in prison, like there's certain people out here that you probably wouldn't have been around in your own community. But in prison, I done had white boys as my cellmates, I done had army men, people from the army, you know, cellmates, I know doctors that was convicted, I done had preachers. So some people that I wouldn't have had that to know intricacies about their life, they happened some way, somehow they ended up in prison. And so it kind of made me versatile to deal with different characters. Regardless of what they were there for or whatever, I kind of can talk to a lot of different people because that's what's in prison. So it's everyone. It doesn't really know. So yeah, that answers the question. Double or
well, I'm just thinking of future or maybe next step. What's anything on your mind that is exciting that you want to do next?
I mean,
Big sister?
Yeah, but I'm big in there. She's not that big. But I'm big in there. Yeah, but I'm big. I think far as it's just continuing on what I haven't been out 3 years. I was able to work with GBH. Thankfully, met some good contacts. Was on TV. Then I got my script writing, which they're gonna be premiering in California, in Brooklyn, out here in Boston. So I think everything that I'm doing, just building up on it, and you know, I do want to get more into film, which I'm in. But you just gotta take. What I try to do with every day is just like add more to it. So whatever I'm doing, that's what it is. Like you can't try to look for the home run all the time. Just make sure your process, you're adding on to whatever you're doing. If you was reading a book, and make sure, or you need some days a successful day is sending out an email. If that's all you can do in that day, you know. So just continue, just don't stop, just keep going what I'm doing, like, you know, and define my own success. Yeah.
Hey, good job.
Thanks for being here. I know you said before that you didn't trust a lot of lawyers that you worked with, and I get it. And I wanted to just ask, you know, what would you have liked to see in a lawyer, or like how do you suggest we can be lawyers that people can trust someday?
Not playing the political game, like in the court system, and also you understand, like the thing about passion, like you may go to college for 4 years, 8 years, you may do that, and now it's the regular routine of life. Now you're in a courtroom, you're seeing the DA more, and it's like sometimes I feel lawyers lose that passion, and that's really what it is. So once the lawyer loses the passion, that's when they don't care about the defendant. And so I done had lawyers try to make me take 30 years, 40 years. No, this is real life. Like the motion that I ended up going to the Supreme Court, the lawyer tried to he showed me some evidence, and he didn't tell me how they got the evidence. I had like 2 weeks before trial, and it's like when I'm like 19 or 20. And he gave me a stack of papers like this, and in the middle of the papers was how they illegally took the evidence. So, but they illegally took the evidence, right? But when he presented it to me, right, he presented it, oh man, look at this evidence, man. They're gonna pull this on the projector, and they're gonna, you might as well take 30 years. So at that, you know, so when you have, that's evil to me. There's good, there's bad, there's evil, and that's evil. When you're trying to, you know how many people are in prison, like because their lawyer just didn't do their job? Nobody's asking for favors, nothing. If you're gonna represent someone, represent them to your full ability. If not, don't be a lawyer. Do another, that's it. Just do your job, keep your passion. That's it. Yeah.
Can I say something real quick? I know this is your quick Q&A, right? You said something when you first got up, you said attorneys. Now, inside, you know, we have this thing where you just said lawyers, right? There's a difference between a lawyer and an attorney. So any of y'all that are in law school, this is what we say. A lawyer represents the status quo. Like he said, his lawyer had that paper in there, oh, take this 30 years. An attorney is an advocate for you. His attorney would have said, hey man, we got all these papers, but yo, check this one out. So that's what I say, the difference between a lawyer and an attorney. So any of y'all that are here and want to be advocates, be an attorney. Don't be a status quo person.
I did not know that.
Yes. And if you look it up on Google, it breaks the technical part of that. And y'all can do that.
We just need to keep the basics of morals. Like, yes, lawyer, attorney, and all that. Just do the right thing. Like, if you want to represent your case, and don't play the political games. Like, there's a lot of people. Like, I would just like God gave me a brain and He blessed me. But there's a lot of people that wouldn't have read that. You know how many people wouldn't have read that? It's too to try. Their lawyers telling them, take this deal, take this. And you feel like there's no hope, like there's no light. When you have your own lawyer, the person that's, so there's a lot of people that's in prison now, they're 40, they went at 15, 16, 17, 18 due to ill deals being negotiated or they didn't know what to tell their lawyer or whatever. So yeah, just keep your passion, that's it. Yeah, keep your passion.
Such a good question. Thank you.
It is.
Thanks for being here and sharing your story.
Thank you for your poetry.
Yeah.
She almost made me throw it.
Since being released from prison, what's been one of your highlights or best memories of being out?
Oh, my highlights?
Or best memories?
Damn, I had some right memories. I had some right memories. I think just seeing my family grow, seeing, cause you understand, so prison is you're kind of away from the world. So it's I had little brothers that was like this, and now I come out, they taller than me. I had nieces that wasn't there, nephews that wasn't there. And just that responsibility, it wasn't even there. So it's a whole nother, okay, here's this person, here's that person. So I think this time with family, and also the stuff that was already in my head in prison, and me actually doing it, because it's like you being a poet or anything, and whatever you are, you have a passion for something, but you can't do it. So imagine you have something that you're very passionate about, but you can't do it, and you know you can do it. So out here, I'm not afraid of failing. I wouldn't be afraid of not trying. And prison stops all that. It doesn't matter. You can be the most talented person. It's gonna really stop a lot of that. So for me, it was just the stuff that was in my head, just to know okay, I can come out here and try. If I fail, I'm gonna fail with a smile. I'm gonna be happy. But as opposed to just damn, So just those things in a bunch of living, Yeah.
So I'm curious, you came home and you jumped right into your artistry. As artists, we know that this is one of the most hardest industries to jump into to make your living. So what advice do you have to other artists who are coming home and transitioning back into the community and want to do their art, but how do you take care of yourself? What advice would you have for an artist?
Yeah, and that's a good question, because a lot, and the thing is, I speak to certain people incarcerated, and there's the artists, and then there's the artists that become artists because they're around the artists. So there's and then someone will, I'm gonna come home, what you gonna see you doing? I'm gonna do it's hard because it's not just that. Everything's expensive, right? If you want to break down studio time, if you want to break down videos, setbacks. I didn't have my social media scammed, hacked, taken down, stuff that I built up had to come back down. It's not easy, but you gotta know. I would just say, just understand that if you can accept that and you can define your success and you don't worry about what they say, because there's gonna be people say, oh, why do you do it? It's easier to do this. Well, because it's my life. I do it because this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
So if that's what you want to do, there's no failure to it. It's that's what you chose. It's being a boss in your own life, but understand that it's hard. You're gonna have to live. You gotta pay bills too. You want to go to the studio, you want to pay bills. You got your car insurance. You gotta pay your phone. Sometimes people in prison lose mind, lose that sight of life. There's a bill for everything. So so yeah, just do it. If that's what you really want to do it. Yeah. You have to define your own success, because other people will do it for you. What's success? Success, money, is it notoriety? What's success? But if you don't define it, then you're gonna be living to someone else's standards, and you'll never accomplish anything.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, so as we wrap, I just had, a quick thought. When me and Human first started planning this, we're originally going to name it What We Might Build. And Onyx made a suggestion to change it to What We Will Build. And yeah, let's hear from Onyx real quick. And I was trying to test what we might build. I ain't gonna hold it. I was like, damn, I like that. So I was a little bit better. After I changed it, I got a chance to look at it. And being here tonight, and just see, from Cecily, Nathan bringing up LJ, Cecily and Nathan bringing friends who are no longer with us back into the space. True, in her performance, for every poem, shouting out another artist. Christina, brings her family into the space with us. Stephen, talking about the sweaters, how there's 24 people out there who also got that same sweatshirt. Mr. Benjamin Littman bringing his father into the space with us. And he may come into on her back consistently. But as the more I think about it, the key word was the might or will, the key word was we. And it's the we that turns it from might to will. And so as we think about what we're going to build, it's about what we're going to do together. It's about community, and it's about the people who are in this room with us and the people who we bring into the room with us. So thank you all so much.